Marlon, obviously a very, very close fight this evening for you. Still a lot of debate over what the score was, what people thought it was. What did you think about the performance, and did you feel comfortable that you were going to get the win tonight?
Of course, since I signed up the bout agreement, I was very confident that I could beat him. And I think I won the first round. The second round, I think he got it. And then the third, I think I got it. And it was a close fight. I just fought Jose Aldo, you know. A lot of people judge and say, oh, man, that's a tough fight, close fight. Who did beat Jose in a split decision? Who did that, you know? He only lost for 5, 6 guys in his whole career. He won the longest featherweight champion. He beat all champions, contenders, you know. Hats off for him, but now, like I said, now it's my time, and that's it.
I think the third round is the one that people are most concerned with. I mean, I know it's not your job to judge, but you say you feel pretty comfortable that you won it. What do you think it was in that third round that won you the round?
I landed a lot of straight punches on him, you know, and I think I outscored him. He only landed me one punch and cut me, but that's it. Besides that, I didn't feel anything. And man, it was a good fight, you know. Hats off for him to take the challenge, make weight, and we put on a great fight. I think the fans like it, you know. It was a great fight. Some people don't agree with the decision, you know, but at the end of the day, you go home, you watch the fight again, and you see I won.
I think a lot of us were worried about Aldo even making it to the fight with the weight, how he was going to look today, but it seemed, you know, from the outside looking in that he was strong, he was fast. What do you think? Is he a legitimate bantamweight moving forward? Does he have a future in this division?
He must spend all night drinking water, man. He look big, you know. And I don't know, man. I don't know what's his plan, but my plan is stay, keep fighting, and keep taking challenges out.
The last thing for me, Marlon, what do you think makes sense for you next? I mean, obviously you had a title shot recently. Peter Yan looked very good tonight. Looks like maybe he's next. I mean, what do you think would make sense for you moving forward?
Man, I like to fight either Dominic Cruz or Sterling, you know. I don't like Sterling at all, and I would love to take his chance to ever fight for the title, you know. And that's it. That's the 2 names I have on my mind right now.
Great performance, Marlon. How did this fight play out compared to what you expected?
Was very similar that we expect, you know. We went in there, you know, we want to keep moving, keep tagging him, and I didn't want to rush anything, but I was able to connect a good kick in the first round, but I kept my pace, you know, I kept my composure, and I tagged him, and I knew he was going to keep coming forward, but that's all he does, you know. He just comes forward and does nothing, you know, and it wasn't bothering me at all, and that's it.
Early on, everything was going your way. Did you think kind of maybe you might get him out of there early at any point, or did you have a feeling it was going to go possibly the distance?
He's a tough guy, you know, and you can count him out. And why rush and go for the kill and lose it, you know? And I made that mistake before, and I don't want to make again.
Absolutely. What do you think made the difference between victory for you and victory for him tonight?
The big difference was I rocketed him in the first round. I won the first round clearly. He won the second round, but he didn't put me in danger. In the third round, I think I landed the better strikes. I think this is why I won.
Did he ever hurt you, and did he hit harder than you thought he would?
No. I was talking with my friends, and I felt stronger.
Thank you.
Marlon, there was a lot of conversation this week made about Jose Aldo's weight cut. You, as his opponent, had more of a vested interest in that than probably anyone. Was there any time that you thought that maybe he wouldn't get cleared or he wouldn't make the weight? Were you worried about it at all? Because he looked really bad.
Yeah, but I've been there before, you know. I had tough cuts, and I knew his team, they're professionals, you know. They were not going to let that happen because was going to look bad for them. So they make it, you know. He made it. He looked healthy inside octagon. I felt him like he got his shots there, but, you know, thanks God I was able to win.
He's always been exceptionally fast. I was very surprised by how fast he looked at this weight. Were you surprised? I know you expected him to be fast, but I felt like he was a lot faster than I thought he would be.
I don't think he was that fast. I think he was fast, but not like that fast, you know. But it's your opinion, and I think he was just the same.
Okay, and where do you think he falls into the division at this point? Because this is his first fight in the division. He's a top 5 now.
Yeah, he's a threat, you know. He's a tough fighter. He's a legend, and I don't know if he's gonna stay. I like you said, was a tough cut, but I don't know what he's gonna do next.
Okay, and last thing for me, you guys had a little moment after the fight. What did y'all say to each other? There was a tremendous amount of respect between you two.
Yeah, man, we have a lot of respect for each other, you know. I knew him before, and he's a legend in my country, you know. I was probably 14, 15 years old, and he was already fighting in television. So I watched him, and so that was a pleasure for me fight him.
Thank you.
Marlon, à sua esquerda aqui. Tudo bom? Vou fazer em português, Marlon. Marlon, depois de hoje, você pode cravar que essa vitória, você pode cravar que essa vitória foi a mais importante da sua carreira até o momento?
Foi uma das mais importantes. Toda luta tem suma importância e sempre a próxima luta é a mais importante. Então hoje, essa luta com certeza foi a mais importante.
Até agora, né? É de se esperar, então, que o seu próximo passo, definitivamente, o que você quer é o cinturão já na próxima luta?
Não, como eu falei, eu não quero falar de cinturão agora, não. Tem esses 2 caras aí que eu falei o nome, o Dominic Cruz e o Sterling. O Sterling, eu vou ter um imenso prazer de tirar a chance dele de lutar pelo cinturão. E o Dominic Cruz é um cara que é uma lenda também e seria muito bom para mim lutar com ele.
Certo. O fato do campeão ser campeão de 2 categorias, estar machucado, enfim, deixar um pouco estagnada a divisão, para você como um top contender, o quanto isso te incomoda?
Cara, não tô nem aí o que ele vai fazer. Eu quero lutar aí com os melhores, continuar ativo. E se tiver que lutar pelo cinturão de novo, vai ser na hora certa.
Para terminar, então, como foi a sensação depois primeiro, eu queria saber o que seus treinadores te falaram a cada round, você tinha certeza que você tinha vencido, e como foi, depois de uma importante vitória como essa, ver o público reagindo dessa forma?
Cara, os meus treinadores foram sinceros. No primeiro round, a gente me falaram que eu ganhei, o segundo round eles me falaram que eu perdi, e o terceiro round eles acharam que eu ganhei. Então, quando acabou a luta, eu meio que fico naquela, ganhei, não ganhei, mas eu confiei neles, porque normalmente seus treinadores são sempre verdadeiros. E lidar com isso aí é normal, cara. Eu lutei com a lenda do esporte, então uma luta dura, com certeza todo mundo vai querer que vá pro lado dele.
Marlon, this is your first fight with American Top Team, I believe. What are some of the things that you've experienced really positive over there, and what are some of the most important points in the corner that you got today from your coaches?
Number one is I got to be with my friends, you know. I grew up with Anderson Edson in Brazil, and we know each other since I was 8 years old. I am 31. It's a life, you know.
Long time.
And they are there, so I made the move. That wasn't anything with my former team. I love my team. A lot of talks, people saying I changed because Frankie's going down. Frankie's like my best friend, you know. He's like a brother. He's a good guy. I respect him a lot. And that was just a choice for my life, you know. I want to be closer to my friends. And like you asked about the corner, it's good, you know. I got experience. These guys have a lot of experience, a different way of thinking about the fighting, you know. And like I said, I try pick everything that's good for me. I think in different coaches, and I like it, you know. I'm getting better. I feel I'm still improving, and I can't wait to get back in there and be a better fighter.
Absolutely. By the way, even though Jose Aldo looked fast, I think you looked faster out there.
Thank you so much.
And I think that was definitely a key factor. And also your composure was really good. You were staying calm, it looked like, and it looks like you were just that much hungrier. And I have a feeling that's what was a big part of it, huh?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, Max, of course, we can always count on you to handle yourself in a classy way. But give me an idea right now. You know, losing the belt. What's the emotion like for you at this moment?
I don't want to sound like a sore loser. I didn't watch no tape. I don't know what happened. I felt like we was doing enough, but there's 3 guys, opinions that matter the most, and them 3 didn't choose it my way. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, we be back. Like I said, I'm only 28. I'm only 28, guys. I'll be back, and we'll be ready.
I know you had a lot of respect for Alex coming in and knew he'd be a difficult challenge, but was there anything he did in there tonight that surprised you, anything that you weren't expecting that, you know, may have caught you off guard a little bit?
Not at all. Not at all. You know, the only thing that I respect about Alex is the way he carried himself throughout this whole fight, even before this fight. Like how he would talk about if he had to fight for an interim, he'd do it. If he had to fight people under him, he'd do it. That's the same exact way I came up. When you're a champion, you got to fight all the guys below you anyway. So this guy was already doing that and willing to do that, and that's what I respect about him. So at the end of the day, I'm going to sit down with my team. I'm going to sit down with Dana White, them, and we'll go from there.
I know you say you thought you did enough. Were you and your team, were you scoring it along the way? I mean, did you have an idea of, like, how many rounds you had in the bank, what rounds you thought you took?
I thought the first round I was filling him out. So he did what he did in the first round. Second round, I thought I was taking over, and then 3, 4, 5, I thought it was mine. But saw in other ways, you know. There's only three opinions that matter. Like the great Burt Watson said, don't leave that shit to the judges. They're gonna make you cry. So they made me cry twice in 2019. So that's choo-choo forward to 2020. New year, new me.
Last thing for me, Max, I mean, obviously it's up to the promotion, but, I mean, given what you've accomplished and given your title reign and where people hold you in high regard, I mean, do you feel like you're the type of fighter that deserves an immediate rematch in a situation like this?
I'm going to sit down with my team. Watch the tape, sit down with Dana. They hit me up. It is what it is. The fans make it happen. It is what it is. I'm a fighter. I fight. But it's a team decision with me. It's not a me thing. I'm not all about myself. My team got me here. I'm going to sit down with my team, talk to Dana, and we'll go from there.
Max, right in the front here, right in front of you.
Right in front of me, right? Oh, hey, what's up, my man?
Not too much. I wonder if you thought the distance, you know, maybe you had difficulty getting to the distance you wanted. It seemed like as the fight went on, you did, but early in the fight, it seemed like he was able to keep you a little maybe further away than you wanted to be.
Yeah, you know, the first round, it always takes me a round or two to start get going, you know. But yeah, so I was wanting to fill him out, you know. I was talking about how strong he was, how powerful he was. So we was playing that game, you know. I wanted to see, and I felt like I was having success from like mid-second round to all the way third, fourth, fifth, and at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough.
And I wonder if you saw the main event and if you thought like the, you know, the way Kamaru went out there and, you know, he obviously was looking to finish that round there, even though it was a close fight. Did you kind of go to the fifth round feeling the same way, like, hey, I need to drop him or do something dramatic?
I mean, I try to finish every fight, you know. I go out there, I try to fight my fight. I definitely felt him slowing from third, fourth, and then even the fifth, you know. He was talking a bunch in like the middle rounds, and then fourth and fifth, he wasn't really talking too much. So I felt like I was finding my way, you know. I thought I was finding my way, and man, I thought wrong.
Max, I know that a lot of athletes over here, when they get to be about 28, find themselves a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. You've proven to be competitive at both featherweight and lightweight. Is there any thought here that maybe lightweight might be a good next fight for you or a future?
We see what happens. You know, we do these weight checks that UFC make us do weight checks. This is the lightest weight check I've been in a while, so it's been good. It's been good. We just gotta sit down with Dana. Whatever Dana and them want to do. There's this guy broadcasting. He was doing the broadcasting. A big husky guy. He go by the name Daniel Cormier. Yep. He's eating everything I work for.
Yep.
You know who the money fight is, DC? The real money fight. It's me. So that is man on the planet. Let me know.
Make it a catch.
And this is mic drop.
Fantastic. Thank you, Max.
Max, first of all, this is adorable. This is what's most important, right?
Yeah.
We know you'll be back. You said you'll be back. Obviously, Volkanovski is one that you want to, you want to run that back. But is it definite that we'll see you come back to featherweight or maybe possibly 155? Because there's a lot of compelling matchups there, and I don't feel like you'll have a lot to prove at featherweight anymore.
We see what happens. Like I said, I'm going to sit down with my team. I'm going to sit down with Dana White, Mick Maynard, Sean Shelby, Hunter. They all got my phone line. Call me up, and we can talk about it. That's just it. It's a team thing. When I say the Bless Express, when I say jump on the Bless Express, I got to jump on too. I got to find myself a seat. The coaches, these guys run it. Even Mini Bless over here chugging coal into it. I ain't doing nothing. I sitting back looking. They pushing me all in front. They making sure I shine. But my coaching and stuff, they the one that really running the engine. So at the end of the day, I'm going to sit down with my team. We'll have that talk with Dana, and we'll go from there.
How are your legs? Because they looked pretty red in the fight. Those shots look really painful. How you feeling right now?
I feel great. I feel good. We could we'll go 5 more rounds right now.
He said no.
We could go 5 more rounds right now. This guy don't know what he's talking about. We can end up fighting. Baby Yoda is about to get it.
Thank you.
Max, in April, when you over here right in the center, when you lost to Dustin, we saw Rush visibly upset, and you used that as a learning opportunity to, teach him something. What was his reaction tonight, and how were you able to, use this as a learning experience for him and yourself?
I mean, the guy, his birthday is coming up in January 4th, and he just been telling me he wanted to go to Disneyland. And I was telling him, you got to earn it. I don't know if you deserve that. And that last fight, you guys saw that third agony, he was crying ringside, Shaq console him and everybody. This fight, dry as a whistle. That guy had no tears. He didn't even care. He wasn't even phased. So exactly what I said, a loss is only a loss if you don't learn. And he learned from that, and I hope he learned, and he did. He's good today. Look, he's up here dancing, whatever he's doing, lying, doing all that fun stuff. So it's cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Max.
Here we go, once again. And still.
Well, Amanda, you didn't get the big finish tonight, you know, that you've become known for, but it was a very, very impressive victory for you, very dominant. Give us your thoughts right now on how you performed tonight.
Was awesome. Every time that I fight 5 rounds, I get better the next fight. You know, that was the strategy, was taking her down. I know she's dangerous. She's doing this forever, you know. She's striking forever. I just learned striking. I'm a grappler, and I did what I was supposed to do tonight.
Is it difficult for you to remain like in that focus and stick to the game plan because you do have these highlight reel finishes? Is there a part of you that wants to go in there and just throw down with her and see what happens?
Honestly, this fight, I wanna just fight to go for 5 rounds. That was the strategy. Take her down and dominate her 5 rounds. It was exactly what I did.
The only real tense moment we thought was the triangle to the arm bar when she rolled over. Can you just let us know, I guess, how tight was either the choke or the arm?
No, that one was tight at all. She had big legs, and she always be able to put it behind, but I know soon I roll, I will get out.
And going 5 hard rounds like that, I know it makes it tough to turn around, but you said you wanted to defend this belt right after. So right now, before you know how your health is and everything, what sounds good to you is when to fight again?
I don't know. We're gonna relax a little bit, you know, fix this boo-boo here, and come back soon.
All right, last thing for me, Amanda. Couldn't help but notice Clarissa Shields was walking around here this week. She was at the weigh-ins. She was here tonight. She seems to think that a series of boxing and MMA with you.
She saw tonight. I think she's not gonna want anything to do with this.
No? What about you? Is it something you want?
If she wanna see me, come to my ward. I'm gonna be here. I'm an MMA fighter. She wanna see me, I'm gonna wrestle the shit out of you and finish you with a jiu-jitsu submission. I wanna see how she's gonna feel that.
Amanda, you said that you wanted to go 5 rounds, but the way you were going for the finish in the first round, it looked like you didn't want to go 5 rounds. You were going pretty hard. Did that gas you out? Did that, take a lot of your energy away for the rest of the fight, how hard you went to get the finish?
You know, when I saw, I think I caught her with overhand. I think it was the first round. And I thought I'm going to find my distance. But at the end, the rounds, I saw she's pretty good with her distance. I saw that in our first fight. I know she's very good at her distance. She's long, I don't want to play with this girl right here anymore, And I'm sorry. Help me with the question again?
Yeah. No, I even forgot myself, so I'm there. No.
Amanda, you mentioned the triangle.
Hang on, no, let me just finish there. So, no, I was just saying, like you didn't want to go for the finish, and I was wondering if it kind of gassed you out by trying to throw those elbows on her.
Oh, no, actually, I managed very well the elbows. I saw she was protected very, very well, and then I saved it. And I hold a little bit, hold, see if the elbow is there, the punch was there, and a couple times I throw, but I handle myself very well. When I get out the first round, I look my coach corner like I can go more full. He take her down easily.
And then just one other question for me. The up kick seemed to be a little bit of an issue for you there. Did she hurt you with the one, I think it was in the 3rd round, where she got you fairly good?
I don't felt like hurting me. I just felt like I was, my distance was very well. But I think the kick caught in my arm too, and then my arm absorbed more than anything else. Because I have a bruise right here, and I don't hate anything in my head. But I can be wrong. I didn't even watch the fight. Yeah, I want to see again. But it was pretty good.
Amanda, you mentioned the triangle wasn't a problem. Was that because she didn't have the position locked in right, the triangle from the mount? Were you blocking it? It was hard to see a little bit. Why was that not a problem for you? What was going on with that position?
Yeah, her legs is not always like 100% in the lock.
You didn't have it locked in?
Yeah,
Okay.
not at all. I think because she have long legs, take her wide to do. And then I figured out, and then I roll, and then soon I roll, I knew I was just a matter of time to get out. And we was very sleeper as well. Like she don't be able to get in my arm out there. The sweat help too.
Yeah,
I
you
was
had it backed
thinking-
out.
Yeah, and it was a good, like it was a good moment. The champions made it in those kind of moments, get out and then come back, moving forward strong, like I did it tonight.
Absolutely. Did you find that she did anything you didn't expect? Was she stronger or faster, or was there anything she did that surprised you?
Actually, she did everything that I expect. I knew I'm gonna have a hard time to find it because she's very long.
Yeah.
It's hard to fight somebody like have those kind of reach, and she's very good at what she have. She's a striker. She's very good. She's doing this for long. I just started doing striking.
Yes.
And yeah, but I knew when she come with those big punches, my coach, we trained. My training camp was all about that. She's gonna come and wanna take your head off, the double leg is right there. And then we did it in our whole camp, the drills, everything was about that. And she did it tonight.
You looked like a great American wrestler in there. Go
It's
ahead.
gonna get better.
Absolutely, I believe it. Last question. When Claressa Shields came out, she talked about possibly doing a 2-fight deal where she would fight in MMA if you would agree to fight her in boxing. Is there a consideration that you may agree to that? One fight
I'm an
boxing?
MMA fighter. Why she wanna take me from my sport? If she wanna fight me, she come into my world.
It's MMA.
Doesn't make any sense. I respect her as a boxer, but I'm an MMA fighter. I don't like fight box. I like MMA. I like what I did it today. If she handled that for 5 rounds, come see me.
Absolutely.
Well, let me help you to understand her logic, because I was back here when she came and spoke to us, and she said that she would love to have a boxing match with you, and then afterwards an MMA fight, and she would need at least 6 months to a year to prepare. Now,
6 months to learn how to defend a takedown. Germaine, 6 years. She didn't even learn how to defend a takedown. You guys saw tonight. They didn't even listen to this girl, guys.
So prior to that, she said that she had a meeting with Dana White, and I just assumed that you were already on board with this. So you're saying they have no interest, even if it was a multi-million-dollar payday, you wouldn't get in the ring with her and box?
Amelia?
Multi-million.
More than that. More than that. More than that.
I think that's all I got.
Amanda, to your right.
Hi.
You said that the plan was to go 5 rounds with her. Why was that? What did you see in her from the last fight that made you want to go the distance?
First, because every time that I go longer in my fights, I get better. I know more myself, what I'm capable of. It's second of all, what's the thing? Exhaust her, taking her down. I know she would give up. I know she don't have the answers for my takedown. You should know that. Our first fight was the same. And I'm going to tell you something. She was better in her takedown defending in our first fight. Tonight was more easy to take her down than our first fight.
And finally from me, so you have 2 belts, you've defended the belt. What's next for you in your career as a fighter outside of the octagon? Have you been working with the UFC to do some more promotional bits for you or to have some more sponsorship opportunities?
I'm very happy with what I have right now. I have my sponsors. My deal with UFC is amazing. About promotion, I feel like you guys saw it tonight. It was amazing. It was amazing. The fans was amazing. And what else?
No, I was wondering, because UFC is owned by Endeavor. It's the biggest talent agency in the world. And so are there other promotional opportunities that they're bringing to you as a result of that?
Eventually, slowly. I'm a very patient person. I know everything is coming together in my life when the time is coming, I don't rush anything. Look what happened. Just doing my job, Just be happy, And 2 belts, just finish, just defending my 135 belt. And soon, everything is going to come together.
Amanda, aqui atrás. Aqui. fazer em português rapidinho.
Vá, faça.
Você veio de várias vitórias no primeiro round, nocauteando todo mundo, e existe uma expectativa em cima do que a Amanda vai fazer. Você até falou pra gente que nem você sabia direito como é que você ia fazer as coisas. Como é que lidar com essa expectativa das pessoas e você sempre fazer aquilo que você fez nas últimas lutas, não tendo conseguido hoje?
Ficar focada na minha estratégia, né? Porque, assim, a gente não pode fazer tudo que as pessoas querem, né? Você tem que manter o cinturão, que é o mais importante. E hoje, essa era a minha estratégia. Era ir para, em 25 minutos, lutar com ela e dominar. E porque cada vez que eu luto 25 minutos, eu venho evoluindo bastante com isso, entendeu? A forma de fazer o manage do gás, né? Ser inteligente ali para ir os 5 rounds. Tudo isso faz parte da evolução do atleta. Então, eu preciso ir para os 5 rounds. Essa luta, eu e meus coaches, a gente já sabia. Ok, se eu achasse um buraquinho ali para poder nocautear, eu iria. Mas só que eu não achei. Eu sabia que ia ser difícil para achar. A Germaine é uma atleta duríssima, entendeu? E quando eu vi que não dava para mim, falei, pô, tô meio perdida aqui, sabe de uma? Vou fazer a estratégia. E aí aconteceu hoje. Eu estou muito feliz com minha vitória hoje, honestamente.
E o que foi mais difícil para você? Encarar 5 rounds com a Germaine ou ouvir a bronca da mãe que falou para você terminar rápido, você não conseguiu?
Quem?
Sua mãe, você falou pra gente que a sua mãe tinha pedido para terminar rápido, você não conseguiu terminar. Então, quem vai ser pior, a Germaine ou a mãe?
Eu falei com ela, rapaz, desse jeito você me mata, não faz isso mais não. Mas está todo mundo feliz lá, né? A vitória que é o mais importante. E ver a evolução também, é importante evoluir, saber que eu estou bem no gás, saber que todo mundo tá assistindo o quanto eu estou evoluindo, né? E faz parte. Tem alguns momentos na luta que tem que ter a cabeça de campeã, tem que ser inteligente, tem que acreditar em você. Aconteceu aquele momento do triângulo ali, não estava encaixado, mas foi um momento perigoso, que é claro que vamos consertar isso, não vai acontecer mais, mas às vezes você passa por esses momentos, você tem que estar forte para sair. E isso faz parte da mentalidade de uma grande campeã, entendeu? E hoje eu provei em várias situações na luta que eu mereço estar aqui onde eu estou. Então, eu acho que faz parte os 5 rounds. Foi bom, eu fiz feliz. Valeu, obrigada. Pronto? Obrigada. Thank you.
All right. The gate was 4.04 million. The attendance was a little under 17,000. Fight of the night was Usman and Covington. Performance of the nights were Jan and Aldana. There were 3 transports, Saunders, Faber, and Covington, who does have a broken jaw. And for those who care, the 50-50 raffle was $70,000. If you give a shit.
Fair enough.
One guy gives a shit,
Yeah,
right?
one guy really cares, that's for sure. Well, Dana, you mentioned the Colby Covington broken jaw there. We were wondering about that. I mean, listen, I know you're not a fan of that guy or haven't necessarily gotten along with him eye to eye, but did he show the world something tonight?
100%. I mean, going into this fight yesterday, I was doing interviews, and I told everybody, man, I said, listen, don't let all the bullshit and stupid talk overshadow the fact that this kid is tough, talented, and stylistically, this fight is unbelievable. If you look at the stats, they line up perfectly. And the question was Covington's cardio, and he has unstoppable cardio. Could Usman keep up with that? And how would Covington deal with the power of Usman? Only one way to find out, and now we know.
Usman's had his detractors along the way as well, and I know that
I was one of them. Yeah.
Absolutely. How about your take on him now after a performance like tonight?
Awesome. How about the chin on him too? Covington hit him with some big shots, some knees, some elbows. Yeah, I mean, both these guys were blasting each other. And to have a broken jaw in either the second or third round and almost finish the fight is pretty impressive. So for as big as his mouth is and all the stuff that he talks, the guy can fight, and he's talented and he's tough. He came in here with a game plan tonight, not just fight, but how he would handle himself after the fight and all those kind of things. And Usman shut it down.
Masvidal has been such a big star this year, and I think if Covington had won tonight, the grudge match between the two former roommates, everybody was salivating at that idea. Does the idea of Masvidal-Usman excite you as much?
It's massive. So think about this. How many times have we sat in this room, we did the lead up to the big grudge match, these two guys hate each other and they're going into a fight, and then I'm sitting in here going, well, that fight sucked. You know what I mean? How many grudge matches have actually been incredible fights? I say none. Maybe there's one that I'm forgetting about, but they all pretty much suck. This grudge match was awesome. Two guys that are at the top of the game in their prime, and the fight was the fight of the night on an incredible card. Yeah, the Masvidal fight versus Usman now is a big deal. He fought Diaz for the BMF, and now to fight for the actual title against a guy who is tough as nails is fun.
Want to get your take on Volkanovski as well, man. The Australian market continues to grow, and they've got great fighters down there. What did you think of his performance and now him as a new champion?
Yeah, he looked good, and that market is massive for us. So maybe we do that rematch in Australia. I don't know, just off the top of my head.
You touched on it right there, though. I mean, the idea of a rematch, for as long as Holloway was a champion, as close as the fight was, you think it makes sense?
100%.
Nice. And last thing for me, you just saw Amanda walk off stage. She had another big win tonight. The name Clarissa Shields was brought up because, she's been here and in town. And Amanda seemed to dismiss that right away and said, listen, if she wants to come fight me in MMA, let's do it. Come to my world, but I'm not interested in boxing. I know you're starting to, get into the boxing market. What's your take on that? Do you believe this is a fight that will happen or can happen?
Yeah, so, I've been talking to everybody in boxing, and if you're gonna get into boxing, you want, as many of the best people as you can get. So talking to Clarissa Shields and a lot of other people, and but Clarissa has shown interest in fighting. She's an Olympic two-time Olympic gold medalist, and she comes here and she sees the press conference and the weigh-ins and the arena tonight and all these things, and it's pretty badass. So, I think everybody wants a taste of this. So we'll see what happens.
Dana, she's a 154-pound fighter, though,
yeah.
Or 60 or 68. So what do you do with her if you bring
doing
her
a camp and cutting weight and the whole deal? Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's a big issue.
Yeah, it's what we do. It's what we do.
Well, I just wanted your take on the Covington Usman scorecards.
So yeah, you heard what it was?
Yeah.
3-1 one way, 3-1 the other way, and 2-2. I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say?
How'd you have it?
I had it 3-1 Usman.
For Usman, okay. And you gave Covington the first round?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Cormier had it 2-2.
He was smart.
Yeah. How many people in here had it 3-1 Usman? Yeah. 2-2? Yeah. Yeah.
And
close fight. Listen, after the first round, they were hard to score. Those were close rounds. It was when you take two guys that we said it. I'm not the only guy that said it. You guys said it. Everybody fucking said it. These guys are matched up perfectly, and that's what you get. Hey, how about all the takedown attempts in that fight? Right?
Zero.
Zero.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. I seriously, I was so fascinated for this fight to see how this thing would play out, and it was awesome. It was a great fight, you know.
Both guys did something in the fifth round that was amazing. Colby, picked up the pace with that broken jaw, and he had been wearing down. And then I thought Usman, it seems like Colby had the edge in the first half of that last round.
100%.
And then all of a sudden Usman must have recognized it and stepped up. And what does that say about a champion when he can understand, hey, you know what, I'm behind here, I need to do something dramatic and be able not only to try for it, but to pull it out?
I need to use more than 20%. Yeah, it was exactly what he needed to do, and he did it. He pulled off the finish with 50 seconds left of the fight, in a fight that the judges had all over the place. So, and Colby Covington was absolutely positively winning the first half of that round.
Dana, you had 3 great title fights tonight. Who impressed you the most in victory and why?
Yeah, main event. I mean, obviously, both fights were good in their own ways. For Volkanovski to come in and beat Max Holloway, big deal. It's a big deal to do that. And, for Amanda, she has all the hype behind her right now and everything else, but she came in and fought an absolutely positively different fighter than she did the first time. And I love that about Amanda, because believe me, guys, I've talked to a lot of fighters that they're like, I don't want this fight. I already beat her, and I'm probably not going to beat her more impressively than I did the first time. So what's the point in me even fighting her again? She took the fight. It was a tough fight. You know what was driving me crazy with Amanda, too? It's like, why are you standing up in the guard when the only thing she can do to you right now is up-kick you and knock you out?
That was the question.
You know what I mean? I'm not her trainer or fucking anything, but I don't know. I gotta ask her that later, why she was. Did any of you ask her that?
No, it was a good question. Should have asked that. Speaking about Amanda, Dana, did you see Irene Aldana tonight? Were you impressed with her?
She won. She won the performance of the night. So Ketlin Vieira is one of the top 5 fighters in the world, right? Been one of the hottest prospects for the last couple years in the women's division. Blows out her knee, has surgery, recovering from it. She's coming back, and we're looking for a fight. Everybody's fighting or somebody's hurt or whatever, so there was nobody. So Irene Aldana, she likes to stay busy. We give her the fight. And what is she ranked? 12 or 13 or something, right? And goes in and knocks her out. Viciously knocks her out. Now, I'm sure many of you know her, like I know her. One of the sweetest people you will ever meet. Hardworking, a grinder, loves to fight, loves to train. Could not happen to a better human being. It's always awesome when you see good things happen to good people. So I'm very happy for her.
Could she be next? And is there any truth in the fact that Amanda says the next fight for her will be at 145 for sure?
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Tuesday we'll go back in the room and we start looking over what happened here tonight and what we want to do next.
It was at 35. Would Aldana be the
well, we'll see where you guys rank her. After winning that fight, we'll see where she gets ranked, and we'll figure out what's next for her. But yeah, impressive.
Makes sense. Great show, Dana.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Dana. So Colby was just venting on Twitter, saying fake nut shot, fake eye poke, fake stoppage, fake ref. Did you have any issue with the stoppage at all? Think it was strange? Did you think
The stoppage?
Did you think it was a good stoppage?
Absolutely. Positively a good stoppage, yeah.
What do you make of his response? Just disappointed fighter? Or?
What are you going to do? Fake eye poke? Apparently he didn't watch the replay. Nut shot? He's right there. That was on the belt. It was on the belt.
And how did you score Moraes versus Aldo?
I had Aldo winning that fight.
What do you think comes next for him?
Well, Henry Cejudo texted me tonight and said, that's bullshit. He didn't lose that fight. He won that fight. And I want to treat him like he did. He wants to fight Jose Aldo.
You like that?
I don't hate it.
And then what happens for Uriah Faber from here, in your opinion?
Uriah looked good tonight. If you think about, Uriah doesn't want to hear that he's old, but unfortunately, Uriah, you're old, okay? And he looked amazing in his last fight. right? Comes out and beats a guy that most people probably didn't think he was going to beat. And he looked damn good tonight until Jan started catching him and lighting him up. And Faber's tough. He's durable. He's well-rounded. He's a good fighter. But the question starts to become, I don't think anybody in this room would disagree with me if I said he could fight again. We could put him in with somebody else. You know, this guy's fighting. He's not in here fighting bums. This guy's fighting the best guys in the world. But the question becomes why? Why? You're a legend. You've done it all. You're 40 years old. And you've done everything that you can achieve other than money. He makes money. He's got a gym. He's got other businesses going on. He's got a beautiful family. Why? That's something he needs to talk about with his wife and other people that care about him.
Hey, Dana, did the doctors confirm that Colby's jaw was broken before he went to the hospital?
Yeah, his jaw's broken.
Okay.
You said you didn't hate the idea of Aldo and Cejudo, but you don't think Peter Yan would deserve it before?
Yeah, but Jan's in there too. I'm just saying, Cejudo says, I want Aldo. Cejudo is the man right now, you know? If you look at what Cejudo has accomplished, if he says, I want Jose Aldo, I think Jose Aldo win. I mean, how many people in here think Jose Aldo won the fight? Most of the room thinks that Jose Aldo won the fight. It's, you know, if that's what he wants to do next, we could do it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm sure people would want to see it.
To your right, Dana.
Hi.
Hi there. It's the final fight card of the decade for the promotion. When you get in the room and on Tuesday, what are you looking forward to the most for 2020 and beyond?
We're coming off the best year the company's ever had. 19 was our best year. We broke pretty much every record we had. And I love the lineup that we have going into 2020. We have some fun fights. And if things play out certain ways, you know, we're going to end up having 5 or 6 massive fights. I mean, what are we doing, 12 pay-per-views? And 5 or 6 of these are going to be huge. I like breaking records. It's fun. And I'm looking forward to 2020. I'm not looking forward to being a year older, but I'm looking forward to 2020. You done with me? Oh, go ahead.
What about Floyd Mayweather? He's going to fight a UFC fighter 2020.
What was the question?
What about Floyd?
Floyd Mayweather? Yeah, so Floyd and I did a deal at the Clippers game, Clippers Celtics in LA. And I think that he and I will probably, you know, we both think that we add value to what each other does, and we could do something together. You know, both of us together is more powerful than both of us not together. So I'll probably start talking to Heyman this summer.
Is he going to fight a UFC fighter?
I don't know what we're going to do yet. We're going to see how a lot of things play out in both sports. I'm just not a UFC guy anymore, man. You got 2 Contender Series guys that made a debut tonight. Let's talk about that. Luna and Chase Hooper. Yeah. They look good, man, both guys. He said we had 2 Contender Series guys tonight make their debuts. They look good. Yeah. I don't even know what to say other than yeah. They look great. All you have to do is show up to one of these things live and watch it, and it completely validates what we're doing there. It's awesome. If you've never been to one of those live, you guys need to come out and do it. I know it's expensive probably to travel from other places and come do it, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it. You ask any of the media people that have been there, and it's unbelievable. And the level of talent that we're pulling out of there is incredible. The kid Hooper, you know, Sean, we've been grooming this kid for a while. Sean was worried about putting him in. He's only 20 years old. I mean, kids going to the M&M factory to make some fucking, what do they call them? You make your own M&Ms, right? That's how young that kid is. So we were worried about putting him in too soon, and he looked good tonight. You know, he fought a real guy, tough guy, an animal, and he pulled it off. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. And then Puna's a savage. Yeah, we talked about him, didn't we? Didn't I talk about Jeff Neal with somebody? Yeah. To go in and do what he did to him, the way that he did, and he looked big tonight too. Was it me or did he look huge? Yeah, he looked huge tonight. Yeah, nasty performance. I'm gonna send him some money too. Now that you make me think of that, yeah, I gotta put that down. I'm gonna send, thanks for helping that kid out. I'm gonna send him some money. Yeah. You guys good? Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you very much.
Good there? That's where we put it? There you go. All right. Should it be in front of me more? What you want to see?
Alex, congratulations on your victory. Of course, you've been saying from the beginning you belonged here. This was going to happen. You've talked about it. But give me an idea as the fight is unfolding and you're putting rounds in the bank and things are playing out. Can you tell me kind of mentally what's going through your mind? Is there this realization like this is going to happen?
Man, it was a tough one for me. Again, I stay so composed in there. I've got a job to do, right? When I'm in there, and I've always said that, I keep myself so level-headed and composed. So going through, I was just taking every round and talking to them. I'm going, how's it going? They're going, it's going good, it's going good. So, I thought it was reasonably close. Obviously, I thought I was winning, but I didn't know. But my corner done a really good job of letting me know that and not getting caught up into his game. And as the rounds go on, they're telling me to keep doing what I'm doing. So I've got full faith in them. Game plan was working well. My shins are a little sore, but, the game plan went well. So it was good. Again, I was saying, we're both very high level. It was a chess match in there. And, I got the job done.
Clear the leg kicks did play a huge part in it tonight. I mean, can you mention, was that a primary focal point of the game plan, or did it just turn out that it was effective and you kind of leaned heavy on it?
I was always going to be a part of it, always going to be a part of the game plan. But, there was other things that was happening there as well. So, but again, as Dana just said, there might be a rematch, so I can't give you too much away, can I? But, look, the guy, obviously my coaches and that done a good job of, they done research, not only of things that work well against him, things that he done really well. A lot of people keep asking me about, with Poirier, he done this, these are things that you've seen him do that you could use. I'm like, yeah, we've seen stuff, but we're seeing things that Max winning, we seen why he's winning, like things that work really good for him, when we look that deep. And like I said, we think we've got a formula, and I've got that style as well. So when he really wanted to pour it on, I was just getting out of range, or I'd let him run into some of my shots. And then obviously them leg kicks were there, and that gas tank, I've got the gas tank. We were sitting there talking in there. I was like, hey, we're both fresh in there, you know what I mean? So again, there's a couple of little mental and physical games in there, but it was good fun, you know what I mean? I got it done. We got it done.
You said you weren't sure what the score was. Eugene was. He was yelling at the judges, they better not mess it up, they better not mess it up. So can you tell me what was going through your head as you're waiting and you finally get your hand raised, you accomplish what you've been chasing for a long time? What was that time like?
Yeah, it was, again, I got all my trust in my corner, and they're telling me, going, look, you got Eugene saying it's a whitewash. I've got my head coach, Joe Lopez, telling me, you got this. Brad Riddell telling me, you got this. I'm like, all right, we got this. But again, I still thought I won the fight, but I'm my hardest critic. That's the thing, you know what I mean? If I get punched in the face, I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't like it, you know what I mean? I look at it as, damn, you got me, you know what I mean? If you look at a lot of my fights, I don't get touched much. So my face, you can see I got touched a little bit here, but it was, again, he's a great champion. Obviously it was never going to be an easy fight, but I said I was the guy to do it. And, again, I'm not cocky, but I'm confident, and I got a job done. And, there was a lot of doubters there. I think I ended up looking at a pro's picks Not one of them picked me. Not one. But I use that as motivation. I love it. They'll pick me next time.
So the last thing for me, you touched on it. Dana mentioned the rematch, and he seemed to say, not that it's a certainty, but he said it just made a lot of sense. And I think with what Max has accomplished, it probably does. I mean, do you agree? Do you feel like you should have to beat him again, or do you feel like there's other things on the table that might make sense?
I think he deserves it. Like, do I have to beat him to prove that I'm a better fighter? I think like we had 5 rounds to do it, and I'm pretty sure I won it pretty clearly. But anyway, if people are still going to doubt, they're still going to. But again, I'll be ready for it, and he does deserve it, and that'll make for a big fight. And I'm down. Of course, I'm down. Again, I'm the guy to do that, and I'll be better prepared the next time. I know what works. We're going to get an even better formula. So, you know what I mean? He might think he'll get me figured out again, but I'm just too powerful, man. Like, they go one way, I go another. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, I'm so well-rounded. I could just go anywhere with it. If he was really fixing me up on the feet and I had to grind it, look for takedowns, I could always go there. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I've got so many ways to go. Even striking, there's so many ways to go. So I proved that. Again, he's good with his range. It was like, how's he going to handle the range? It's like, that's how.
Alex, right in front of you here, just one question. At your biggest, what did you weigh? Like, what were you at your most?
Yeah, I'll make that clear. 214 pounds. I remember, because I've done the math, I was 97 kilograms, and I've done the maths about 214 pounds. So I remember going to the doctors, I looked at that, and I was like, oh, damn. So that was probably one of the heaviest that I was. So 215, that's pretty big. But I fought my first, 4 amateur fights, and that at middleweight. Then my first,
passionate and insistent about that not being a problem. I remember so much so that I said, man, I think I believe him, even though a lot of people weren't believing in you. Did that
believe me now?
I think I do, yes. Did it present a problem at all? It looked like for the most part you were quite comfortable in there, but on occasion he was keeping you at a distance. How did that work out?
Of course, yeah. Obviously he's really good at his distance, but again, that's his game, right? So he's going to make me miss a little bit. I'll still making him miss, but I mean at the same time, that's what I mean. Again, I can't give too much away, but there was times where I started getting a little bit careless, and then my corner had to pull me up a little bit, and then snap back to it. So again, there's things that he does really well, but we're aware of him. We're ready. So if the rematch has to happen, again, he cuts a lot of weight. Does he want to stay in this division? I don't know. He probably wants to get that back. I don't blame him. Again, I got nothing but respect for the guy. But man, it's my time. It's the blessed era ends tonight in the featherweight division. He's a big boy, but I mean, again, if he wants to do it again, we could do it in Australia, and let's sell some seats and tickets and pay-per-views.
Was there anything he did that surprised you tonight?
I wouldn't say. He went to the body a little bit more than I thought he would. But I mean, again, look, we knew he was going to still look at that jab. We still knew he was going to just stay out of range and things like. Again, I can't give too much away, but he done some things well. But I mean, again, even though I'm missing, these are still things that are calculated and I'm still aware of and stuff like that. So again, I can't give too much away. But if I miss, I know I miss, and I can use that to my advantage for the next time. So for the next punch, you get what I mean? Again, people look too much into just the that's hard to explain. Again, I'm going too deep. But I mean, hey, there's levels to this. We both had a little chess match in there. I come out on top and I'm the champ.
Last question. Would you really prefer that your next fight be a rematch, or is there someone else you might be interested in fighting?
Man, I said I'll be a great champion just like the other guys. I'll fight whoever deserves it. And, like, let's be honest, Max is a great champion. He was a great champion, sorry. He was fighting all the guys. He gave me, again, my shot was earned, not given. But he gave it to me. He could have been looking around and doing other stuff, but he was happy. A lot of people, there was people saying that I was going to give him problems. He's like, bring it on. Good on him. He's a champion. I respect him for that, and I plan on doing the same. So the people that are next in line, let's do it. And he does deserve a rematch. I reckon he does. But right now, I'm going to soak it up. Spencer, I get a Christmas present, early Christmas present back to my family. I'll go there, celebrate, have a holiday with them, and we'll talk business.
Like you told me, now you're ready for people to say Aussie, 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 right?
Yeah, exactly right. Did you know what? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Yeah?
Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, there we go. Good man.
Congratulations.
Waiting for you, Nick. You had my back there. Man, you're always going to get doubters no matter what. Like, again, I beat Max. There was most people thought I won every round. One of the judges did. If we have that rematch, I guarantee you people are gonna be doubting again. You know what I mean? And man, it's just how it is. I've had a lot of people supporting me, and a lot of people that thought I could do it, and I got to prove them right. I proved the doubters wrong. But my confidence, man, the hard work, man, we put it in. You know what I mean? I'm seeing that work day in, day out in the gym, and you know what I mean? Like, we all believe in each other. So, man, that's where it comes from. Again, like, we're doing big things outside of the world. We're taking over.
And what would it mean for you to headline in Australia?
Oh, it'd be unreal, wouldn't it? It would be good. I'd love that. It would mean a lot. Man, it's just, I think that's maybe, well, again, obviously I haven't talked no business yet, but that's something that would definitely be along the lines. But that'd be great. It'd be good to have a hometown crowd and defend the belt in front of them, man. That'd be unreal. Like, I think the Aussie fans deserve that. So I reckon we can make something happen. What do you reckon, Nick?
I agree.
Thank you. All right, we're doing like that. Okay. Told you on top. You on top, right shoulder. Thank you.
Congratulations on obviously a very, very big result for you tonight. I know you said that, look, he didn't get under your skin and it didn't bother you and that sort of thing, but this was a very kind of heated build-up all along. I wonder, how much sweeter it is to be the result over that guy, or is it just the fact that you've got this title defense under your belt?
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for being here. To answer your question, it was good to it's good to move past all of that. I'm going to be honest. This was what kept me sane all 6-7 months. Whenever this fight, I knew this fight was going to happen. This is what kept me sane, is this moment right here after the fight. That's what I look forward to. This is the addictive moment. This is what keeps me doing this. Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot emotionally, a lot that he said. This one, and I meant it. This one's for the world. This one's for the people of Brazil. This one is for my former manager. This one is for my family. This one is for my recent manager. This one is for everybody. And, you know, when you push hate and you push separation, you know, love and unity does win sometimes. And tonight it won.
Back and forth, ebbs and flows in this fight. The fifth round, he actually started out pretty well in that fifth round. And the scores were all over the place. I'm sure you've probably heard by now, 3-1 one way, 1-3 the other, 2-2. So I'm just curious, because it seemed like something changed in that fifth round that you were able to snag momentum and then get the finish. Was there a physical moment that you saw or a mental moment that you had that you said, I got to go?
You know, I try not to ever lose a round, which is why I've been dominant, you know, since the beginning of my career. I think in there, like I said, when I say I'm self-made, I mean my mind. No one has to tell me what I need to do mentally. I do this for the sheer fact of me competing. And, you know, everyone, since this fight got signed, this Colby's gas tank has got a crazy gas tank. My motherfuckers, I got a gas tank too. What are y'all talking about? You know, and once we got in there, after that third round, I'm looking across. I'm barely breathing hard. And I'm like, where's this gas tank at? Everybody's talking about this gas tank. Where's this gas? I was actually waiting for him to wrestle, but I knew that he knew if he wrestled with me, he was going to gas out, and I was going to knock him out a lot quicker than that. Tyron Woodley has better accolades wrestling than he does, and you saw what happened in that fight. He knew he couldn't wrestle with me. And striking with me, that was his best chance, and, you know, we saw what happened there.
Probably no surprise he didn't love the stoppage, but I'm not anybody that loses.
Oh, he didn't?
He didn't. But what did you think? I mean, you're right there on top of it. Tell us what you saw and what you thought of the stoppage.
Oh, he was leaking under there. He was hurt bad. You know, he was trying to hang on to as a wrestler, if you're underneath someone, you want to hang on to a leg. And he wasn't even on a leg. That's why I was landing free shots to the, you know, right behind the ear. I was landing them. And, you know, great stoppage by Mark Goddard. That's why he's one of the best referees out there. You know, he's there to protect you even though you're dumb enough to not protect yourself. So
I know you want to take some time and enjoy this moment for sure. This is a big result for you, but we always are looking to what's next. There's a guy in your division that's become a huge star this year in Masvidal. Do you think that's the name that makes sense for you most right now, or what do you see next for yourself?
Who?
Masvidal?
Man, there's a lot of tough guys in the division. A lot of tough guys. I mean, let's be honest. You know, if you're talking about someone who's deserving, Leon Edwards hasn't lost since he fought me. He's been finishing guys. And he's now found himself in the position that I found myself in a little over a year ago. Is everyone knew that I was one of the toughest guys out there, and they didn't want to gamble and take that risk on me. And so, you know, right now I'm sitting above looking at all these guys, and they're kind of, you know, all in that pool, very tightly, you know, contested. So, you know, they just need to break out. And, you know, I'm waiting for whoever Dana and the organization feel is the next guy for me, and I'll be happy. I never turned down a fight, you know, and especially now I'm the champion. And so if they said this is the next guy, then, hey, that's the next guy. But, you know, I need to go home. I need to love on my daughter. You know, this has taken a lot. You know, my family's been through a whole lot, and I've been through a lot mentally. You know, but, of course, it's what champions do. We block it out, and we come out, and we perform.
Kamaru, do you have to give thought to the fact you might have to go through this again because it was a great fight, you know, fight of the night type fight? You know, Colby was doing well in the fifth round before you stepped it up. I mean, there would have been a scenario he could have won that fight. Do you feel like this may be something that you may have to do again? And mentally, how tough would that be to think he's going to be in your future still?
Not that tough. I mean, like I said, I was sitting there like, where's his gas tank at this whole time? I was fresh. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think it was the beginning of the fourth or maybe the fifth. I'm hopping around. I'm like, I felt fresh. I'm hopping around. I'm like, I'm looking across. I'm like, where is this gas tank? Where is this gas tank? I haven't seen this yet. Oh, I don't see it. So you know what? I'm gonna turn up one more level. But honestly, let's just dissect everything that he's gone through. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be able to carry all that negativity, to carry all that act, that whole fake bravado. It takes a whole lot out of you, to be able to come in here and try to fight. Now imagine now what he's going to be going through. That takes a lot out of you physically and mentally. And so we'll see. I mean, he's a tough guy. I always give him his credit. I think he's a very, very tough fighter, but, on to the next.
Any idea what punch or kick maybe broken his jaw?
I have no idea. I was going in there just to try to take his head off. This was a bona fide mano-a-mano fight. He said a lot of things, and and I wanted to make him pay. I said all week I was going to punish him for 4.5 rounds, and I was going to get him out of there. That's exactly what I did.
Did you know the jaw was broken?
No, I didn't care. I was going to keep trying to hit him till I stopped him.
And then just lastly for me, the punch that you hit him with to knock him down the first time in the 5th round, was that the best punch you've ever thrown? Because, I mean, it seemed like, you threw that little jab and then you waited a second and boom, you popped the right hand on top of it. And, I mean, he went down really, really hard. Was that, you think, the best right hand you've ever thrown?
No. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It was just a matter of me just kind of, looking. Like, the whole time I was rushing a lot. Like, so that fight looked closer, right? It looked closer than a lot of people thought. Just because I was rushing a lot of things, I was kind of off balance. I was kind of trying to find my timing because I was waiting for him to try to wrestle. I knew he would be in trouble if he did. So he didn't. He wanted to stand with me and go mano-a-mano. And, he surprised me a little bit. He was hitting me with shots, and I was like, oh, shit, this motherfucker, he got some things. I knew he was a tough kid, but if you guys noticed, that was the same right hand I hit Damian Maia with. It's not really, I didn't really step into it, not full power. It was just a matter of seeing what he's doing, kind of slip around and just stick it straight through like a javelin, and then boom, I hit him, and it sat him down. It's not even my best punch, too. That's probably like my 3rd or 4th best punch.
Come over here to your right. End of the 1st round and the 2nd round quite a bit. You started working the body a lot. Do you feel like that paid dividends later on in the fight?
Yeah, I'm a good body puncher, and I kind of caught myself headhunting a little bit more just because, like I said, it was a mano-a-mano fight, But yeah, once I go to the body, I love going to the body, and once I started going to the body, I knew he couldn't take too many of them because I hit hard to the body, very, very hard, and I just knew he couldn't take too many more of those.
There was the eye poke in the 3rd round, and then there was the end of the 3rd round where he accused you of poking him in the eye. It didn't look like on the replay there was an eye poke there, but what happened in that sequence? And then you guys kind of got in each other's face a little bit.
No, we were exchanging, and it wasn't a deliberate. I know he didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't a straight on eye poke like that. His finger kind of was curled, and it caught the top, like in the top of my eyelashes into my eye, and and I couldn't see momentarily, but then I started opening my eyes and I can see, but I was still kind of glazed over, and I'm asking the doc, like, just wipe this shit off so I can keep going, so I can get going, and he's trying to talk to me, are you okay? Wipe this shit off, let me get going. So eventually he did. He was complaining about an eye poke, but it wasn't an eye poke. I know it wasn't an eye poke. And so that's why I said, who's breaking now? He likes to say guys are breaking, and I'm like, who's breaking now? Because I know damn well that wasn't no eye poke. And
were there any key moments you think in the fight that were momentum changing or anything like that?
Yeah, there was a couple. Once I, he got a couple of flurries in there. He landed a couple of combinations, and they just kind of, there were punches that boom, boom, they kind of hit me, but they didn't hurt me or anything like that. I was just kind of calculating and taking it in, like, damn, okay, he worked on his boxing. He got a little shit here, but I started hitting him to the body, and I could feel him kind of, I'm like, oh, Nelly, I'm coming.
Do you remember when that was, when you felt that?
I think in the 3rd round, a couple of times in the 3rd round, I hit him with the right to the body, boom, and he was just like, and I'm like, ooh. it's going to be a long night, you know. And so I just kind of put my foot on the gas, and, you know, I wanted to get him out of there. And, you know, God willing, we did. We got it out of there.
And then the last thing for me, the crowd was chanting USA, and it seemed like it was for him. You know, you're an American citizen. You've been here for a
It's
long
for me, too. What you talking about? They was chanting USA for me. Let's be honest. I've said it time and time again. I'm more American than him. You know, I am what it means to be an American. You know, I'm an immigrant that come here and work my ass off tirelessly to get to the top, and I'm still prevailing. And so that's what it means to be an American. It's not necessarily, oh, just because you're born here, you feel privileged is what it means to be an American. No. I told you, none of these guys work harder than me. That's what it means to be an American. I work my ass off, and I'm going to continue to work my ass off, and obviously with good integrity. I don't have to walk around like a punk and say certain things and abuse the whole country, abuse the whole world, and talk about people and religions and things like that. I don't have to, you know. I'm going to walk with integrity because at the end of the day, I want everyone that's watching me, every eye that's on me to look at me and say, you know what? That's what we want to be. That's the example that we like. And so, you know, I'm more American than him. So when they were chanting USA, that was, you damn sure better believe that was because of me.
Kamaru, talking about the body attack right over here, right in the middle, right over here. Here you go. I really, really liked what I saw you doing there. Why do you think we don't see more of that in MMA?
I mean, you got to test it to their trainers. You know, whoever is fighting. You know, if their trainers work with them and attacking the body, then hey, they'll do it. You know, I guess you practice what you preach. So if you go in there and you want to fight like that, then you better practice it.
And you were staying diligent. You were punching to the body and you were kicking to the body. That's one thing I noticed. You kept focused on that. And they say kill the body and the head will go. So I really like that. Was there a point that you were unsure about how the fight was going to end? You started out good and then he came back at you. You stayed very composed. But did you have an idea early on that you were the better striker? A lot of people said you weren't going to be the better striker.
Oh, yeah, I knew for sure I was a better striker. You know, I've had some injuries in previous fights, and so, like, guys, I'm being honest with you guys. I'm the best wrestler in the division by far. You know, I'm the toughest guy in the division by far. And some of those other guys, I could get away with just wrestling and breaking these guys. You know, but this one was a little more personal. This one I wanted to be mano a mano. If I wanted to take him down, I could have taken him down in there. I faked down a couple of times, and he bit on him pretty good. And I'm just like, you know, I could get it, but you know what? No, let's stand up. This is mano a mano. I need to get him out of there.
Did he ever hurt you with anything?
No, he never hurt me, but he hit me with a couple of shots, and got my attention. Like, you better get on your P's and Q's. This dude, you know, he came to fight. So he never hurt me with anything, but I knew I hurt him with a couple of shots.
Last question for me. Colby himself, as well as some media sources, were talking about the fact that you were the one that had the pressure on you. Everyone hated him. No one cared. People didn't necessarily expect he could win, but everyone wanted you to win. As you were saying, guys, everywhere you went were saying, you got to beat this guy down. You got to kill this guy. How much pressure did you feel? How heavy was it on your shoulders that you absolutely had to beat this man?
It was a lot of pressure. Let's be honest. No one wants to lose to that guy. Come on, guys. No one wants to lose to that guy. So it was a lot of pressure, but hey, guys, this is what champions do. You have to be able to withstand all that pressure. You got to rise to the occasion, and you've got to show everyone why you're the champion. And I did that tonight.
Must be a good feeling, though, to get that pressure off your back right now.
Absolutely. Get that monkey off my back.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kamaru, to your right. Is it more satisfying to earn the belt, or is it more satisfying to keep the belt, to defend it?
Well, I think I earned the belt both times. So, you know, that's more satisfying. A lot of guys think about, you know, once they get the belt to become champion, they're like, oh, I need to defend it. I need to defend it. Right from the beginning of the time, once I got this belt, my goal was to never think about defending. Because if you're defending, you're feeling like, oh, I need to hold on to this. I need to hold on to this. So when guys get in there, they don't really let go because they just don't want to lose. They're like, oh, I don't want to lose this. No, each and every time I step in there, I'm fighting like I'm a new contender. And so I'm going to continue to do that, you know, as long as my body lets me do it.
Earlier this week, you said that Leon Edwards was the toughest competitor that you faced. Do you feel that way, still having known that Colby fought the good portion of that fight with a broken jaw?
Yeah. Yeah, because with Colby, I only had to use one arsenal to fight him tonight. Leon Edwards, he's a guy that you got to wrestle him sometimes. He's very, very sharp. He's a tough, talented guy. I'll give him his props. So in order for me to break Leon Edwards, I had to wrestle him sometimes. But when I mix it up, these guys can't hang with me right now. So I'm just going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to continue to grow and get better and be the champion that everybody wants to see.
And finally, do you find it poetic at all that he's going to have his mouth wired shut?
Hey, you said it right on the money. You hit it right on the money. At the end of the day, honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. Before I step into that cage, I pray every time. I pray not just for my safety, I pray for their safety as well. And, it's unfortunate that he has to go back home and wire that jaw shut. But, hey, the pressure was on him tonight. You said a lot of things, so you have to come in there and you have to back it up. And so, he was humbled. I like to think he was humbled. But, I wish him the best. No ill will. Onwards and upwards. Right when I came in, my dad came. My dad worked for us to get us all over here. We became citizens, right? Yeah, I mean, we were kids when we came in. It was because he was in the military, so it took it took a while. But when you're 8 years old, you don't really give a shit. You just want to be with your family. So, I let my dad be the one to take care of all of that.
Kamaru, you mentioned that right. You mentioned that you won this belt for everybody. For all your colleagues, for the country of Brazil, all of that. I'm curious, leading up to Fight Week, not asking you to betray any confidences, but can you share some of the specific messages or DMs that people shared with you in support of your fight against Colby? And did anyone really random reach out to you to wish you luck in this fight?
A ton of guys reached out to me. A ton of his teammates. Let me go in my Brazilian accent. Brother, please kill this motherfucker. Please, brother. Go in my UK accent. Bruv, kill this lad, bruv. It's all over the place. My Nigerian, brother. Oh, God, kill this guy. It was all over the place. I was in Dominican Republic. These guys can't even speak English. These guys like, my friend, please, you have to kill this guy. Please, my friend. Everywhere I went, that's all I got. So it was a lot of pressure. But, at the end of the day, I had to be able to separate myself from that, actually go in the cage and compete. That's it. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you, the good, the bad, whoever is writing. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm going to have a good one, too.